And so in the songs and the prayers and that, when we perform those particular ceremonies, certain areas of the body are covered by different types of metal. The stories of our Diné, and especially in the songs and prayers that are done in ceremonial settings, they talk about metal, which is besh. So the metals that are mentioned in the some of the songs or some of the prayers are beshtechit, beshtot is, beshtatoy, beshtagay. And those are the four colors. The beshtejin or beshtechit could be recognized as iron. Beshtot is recognized as copper. And beshtetsui is recognized as gold or brass. And then beshtagay is, in most cases, is silver. But yeah, there are other metals in that are white. Basically, is the nickel, silver, and platinum is also of the color that are light. And so those are the things that are mentioned in the songs and prayers of the ceremony. But they are very symbolic of the coming from the first world, which is the black or gray world. And the full name of the first world is Ne'ahaten Ahani, which means within the fog, and then Nehalpa and Nehaljin, and that is the names. And then the second world is Dot Ij. So when it's mentioned in the prayers and the songs of the ceremony, it is Beshdot Ishike. Beshdot is mentioning the song, how you are dressed in different metals. And Beshdot is my clothing, or I'm wearing the blue or the black or the yellow or the white on different portions of my body, and so it is armor. And so the Beshdot would mean my breastplate or my armor for my torso is made from blue metal or green metal, and that would be the copper. And so in the songs and the prayers and that, when we perform those particular ceremonies, certain areas of the body are covered by different types of metal. Beshtechit, beshtot, beshtetsui, beshtagay. So if it is that when you listen to those prayers or to those songs, those are the words that are used, and it is usually referring to the armor that you wear. And so metal was very important to the Diné, and our people were always familiar with the different types of metal. And many times, in modern times, when they refer to copper, they say beshtchi, but that's not the way it is. Beshot is what we call the copper, because if you leave the copper, even at what we have now, if you lay out a penny, which is made out of copper or an alloy of copper, if you just leave it out there and keep it moist a little bit, pretty soon it will just turn to a nice green turquoise dust, and it'll blow away. And so that is the basic characteristics of some of the metals. But it is that the Diné, when they first encountered the Spaniards made a lot of different items out of the metal silver, and our people made jewelry out of the metal that was brought back into among the Diné after having it absent from among our people for hundreds of years. It was the reclaiming of the metal silver, and so our people began to use it, and to this day they use it in crafting their jewelry, and it is used in making jewelry of all types. So it is that the other story of the Diné, when they were being held as prisoners of war from 1864 to 1868 at Fort Sumner, or what we call huelte, they used to hand out tokens that were in the shape of coins or even maybe squares, and that was what you present to be issued some food rations. And so back in those days, our people would counterfeit. They would make these counterfeit tokens out of metal and present those to get additional rations. And so that was the first indication that our people were very familiar with working with the various types of metal. And so those are the things that we are told.